Okay, so why do we need to stop holding on to our emotions? What does that have to do with aging? Hi, I'm Marianne from One Life to Flourish. I'm a wellness mindset coach and intuitive energetic healer. My passion and purpose is helping women at midlife to discover their own passion and purpose and to set it free and follow it. And that's particularly around letting go of stuck emotions and limiting beliefs. So, why is it important to learn to release our emotions rather than holding on to them? So the first thing I want to talk about is a little bit around what our entire self is about, because this connects to the impact of our emotions. So basically, we are one entire being. There isn't a disconnect between our mind and our body. There isn't a disconnect between the energetic aspects of ourselves and the physical aspects of ourselves. They all work together and they all have an impact on each other together. So this means that what is happening on the emotional level has an impact at the physical level, on the physical self. And in the same way, what's happening at the physical level impacts on our mind and our emotions. So there's no disconnect between the two, even though sometimes it seems like there is. They are interconnected, they do work together. Now, this is really important in understanding how our emotions can get stuck and then why we actually need to release them. So let's go through a few important things around that. All right, so basically we store our emotions both at an energetic level and sort of within our body tissues. And if we are not dealing with our emotions, they can actually remain sort of in a stuck, suppressed state for many, many years, just kind of waiting for us to have the courage to address them. How do we know that they're stuck? Because our body gives us signals that there's something we need to address. And each time that comes up, we either have the choice of working through our emotions or not. Now, when we choose not to process emotions such as anger, sadness, hurt, fear, grief, shame, amongst others, then they actually create a threat to our health and our well-being, all right, because they are in our tissues. They're held in our body, so they can actually create inflammation. They can have an impact at the cellular level of our body, and they can also contribute to pain. Now, particularly pain and inflammation are signals of stuff that we need to deal with. So when that's coming up, it's your body saying, hey, there's something that needs to get dealt with. And once again, it's giving you the opportunity to decide whether you're going to process it or not. So the fact is that it really is important for us to learn to process our emotions. And this is not something that we're really taught, okay? It's really important for us to identify there's something we need to release, and then to actually learn the lessons from these emotions, and then actually learn to release them. Hi, is it Priscilla? I'm not sure. That sounds like a nice name. So there's no need to fear any of the emotions that come up. They're not there to last forever or to overwhelm us. All right. In fact, that's good. I'm glad I got it right. We are actually designed to feel emotions and then release emotions regularly. It should be part of our natural process, our natural cycle. So emotions are important for us to feel. There's a reason why we have emotions, but it's equally important not to hold on to them. So sometimes we just hold so tight onto our emotions that it's almost like we're worshipping them. And when we do that, that's when we can have the greatest negative impact on ourselves. So it is a very easy thing, once we get used to it, to actually process our emotions and release them. sometimes we can feel a bit afraid of that. So there are ways that you can do it without it feeling like it's a really traumatic event to actually process your emotions. And these are a couple of the things that I use to help people, which is around hypnosis and NLP. But there are other ways that you can do it yourself as well. And I've tried a number of different ones. And I think the intent is part of it. But basically, you need to make sure that you're not sort of feeling like you're acknowledging it, but still kind of keeping it under the carpet. So it's not like saying, oh, okay, well, mum's upset about whatever again, so I'm just going to, humour her, grin and bear it, and not react. So that's not what it's about. All right, because we are designed to release emotions. It is a biological process if we learn how to do it. And when we don't, we get that impact on our emotional level, our physical level, and our spiritual level. Now, the other side to it, because this is talking about aging, is that if we don't release our emotions, we ultimately end up creating states of inflammation, degeneration, and pain in our body. And all of that accelerates our aging. So part of becoming a super ager is actually creating your process for releasing emotions. So if you don't currently have a way to do that, then investigate some different options. There's a whole range of different things that you can do. If you are interested in finding out more about how I actually help people release their emotions and the processes that I use, then please just put yes in the comments, or you can just send me a direct message just saying, yes, I'm interested. All right, so work on your emotions. Do not hold on to your emotions. Learn how and when to release them. All right, that is my message for today. So I want you to have a great week. See if you can get a little bit in tune with what's happening with your emotions and actually deal with them. So join me for next week's episode of Super Aging, where we'll have some more information and some more tips. And I think maybe some of the things I'll talk about next time are some other ways that you can deal with your emotions and the impacts that they have. Priscilla. All right. Thank you for saying that you're interested. I will send you a little bit of information about that after we get off the call. All right. Good night, everyone.